So here we are at yet another wooded course. We are just off the car park, literally just behind me here. And it's going to be another 9-holer, 2 tee positions. There is going to be, I'm just here to come and see it after it has been first cleared. So I can kind of get my bearings and make sure that I've not been crazy and that things are possible and doable that I thought would be. I'm just walking to the first tee. There's actually going to be a line cut straight through there to get there, but as it's not cut now, I don't fancy walking through it. So we're going to go around, coming the other side. I'm being pulled along by a very excited Maggie. But I'm just going to take off the lead in a second. Let me get around the corner. In fact, I'll do it now, and then we'll go and have a look at this course. So this is T1 in a piece of woodland that hasn't been used for anything, but it's right off the beaten track, so ecologically there's not a lot of stuff using this as a home at this stage. Car park is going around the top of us there. You can probably just see the cars through the trees. There's a very high footfall activity thing over that away, just down the corner. And once there's some paths cut through here, this will be a path straight to there. There'll be another one coming into our short tee from main walking trail. It's going to be nice and visible, but far enough off the beaten track not to be a danger. So this is going to be around about 80-90 meters, par 3, starting hole. Last time I was here, there was bramble and bracken all the way up to here. Maggie wouldn't have made it, so this is the first time she's come on the site. It was a struggle getting through here, and that's been pretty much this whole site the whole way over. Was a lot of very impenetrable stuff. There's still some trees down here which are going to be logged out and cleared out, which is why this hasn't been cleared. But all the trimming has been done now, taking it down so I can actually see things. And yeah, make sure that what I thought was going to happen can actually happen. And it can. And it will, and it is. So down there, you can see where our basket's going to be, about 70 or so meters in the distance. Nice wide tunnel here, 10 to 15 meters wide the whole way. Our beginners are going to come in, our family course. The tee is going to come from the path from car park, which is, well, I can actually see my car just there. So the path from car park comes to there, to the corner, and there'll be a cut through here, and I'll work out a position for them, probably around about 40 or so meters. So somewhere around here, and not entirely sure yet. It's going to be a straight one to start off with. The back tee is actually curled ever so slightly on a slight right hand backhand anhyzer, flip up lefty hyzer, that kind of a line. I really like this cross birch here, so I'm going to try and get them to leave that in there. So our basket's going to sit just the other side of this. There's a path coming in there, so we obviously don't want it too close to that. So our basket's going to be about where Maggie's just run through here. Mags, not going that way. Mags, Maggie, this way. So looking back that way, I've got these lovely 2 branches coming over the top there. I don't know what that is. Got some sort of berry. I thought it was a birch when I first looked. Maybe it is. Don't know. But anyway, so that will be our first. Nice and wide, get people going, and then they're going to walk off. If I can remember where, down here towards our second. So just following Maggie down. She's going to pretend she knows the way, even though she doesn't. We should meet up with the main walking path in a sec. Actually, we probably were going to be cutting over there. I might come the wrong way here. In fact, I think I have. Ow! Definitely have that hurt. Still can't see the path. I know there is one here. So this is one of the main walking trails Maggie's just run to. Yeah, that isn't the way we're coming. We're actually going to be coming through the woods there and down the trail. There'll be a nice and obvious path rather than the long route where I've just gone round. Maggie! Okay, so this is our main walking path, and that loops around the top of the back of the hole. Hole 1 there. So we will cut through somewhere back up there. You know, you can just see the red and white tape on the tree at the end of 1. So it's just there. I don't know where I've just walked. But you come down here, And you might have seen a video of this before and after clearance the other day. This is one they'd actually cleared 3-4 weeks ago. The rest of the course has now been cleared. So yeah, this is going to be par 3 from the top. From the long tees, it's about 50 meters downhill. Our short tees are going to be positioned a little bit further down the hill, making it about 35 meters. So hole, need to find out where. It's going to be somewhere around about here. And it's a little sweeping hyzer downhill to the left, sorry. Max, where are you going? So as she bounds out. So yeah, I really love this oak. It sits there in the middle. We're going to be going under there. Now the question is whether we just trim some branches from that hawthorn. That whole thing comes out. I really quite like the sweep of it, but it might end up most of those coming out because it's actually going to be through there where that bracken is. Sweeping little downhill hyzer hole. Very straightforward, very simple. But again, as with all these courses, we're trying to start people easy. And then make things a little bit more tricky as we go. So they'll be walking off the green from here, coming down the back of this, to the main forest road that goes through. So again, pretty good visibility, but far enough off that it's not going to be an issue. Where you go, Max? She knows where she's going. So that's the forest road going through, and this is our walking trail. Again, it's going to go down here and cross this little stream. There's some beautiful streams through the forest here, but unfortunately we're not allowed to use them, but we can walk by them. So we're going to see them on our way through, which is nice. Just a shame we can't use them because there's a couple of spots. They're so shallow you could use them safely for disc lost, but yeah, we're not allowed to route people near water. So we'll come through on the main trail, which is one of the design elements here. Was having to actually find the ways to cross, so I was having to start and finish near the bridges to get from one section to the next. So we've done 2 holes so far. I'm going to go up to the left here. Max, what are you seeing? And into our mature pines. Absolutely lovely section through here, going uphill, quite steeply uphill actually. There's a decent elevation change there. Big mature pines. When I was here last, I mean, that doesn't do it justice. They were over my head, the bracken. Couldn't see anything, but could kind of guess, and trying to wade through here. And a bit hairy in places. But yeah, really lively, wide green. I still haven't quite worked out. I've had a number of ideas of what I want to do in this space. I think it's ending up, we're still not 100% sure because I've only just seen this about an hour ago, actually in its glory. Originally I was trying to look at something that was sweeping around, but I quite like to leave these 2 red berry trees. I don't know what they are. And there's this lovely double gate posted pines at the top that goes into the deciduous woods. And I think the basket's going to sit in there really nicely, and it's just finding the channels going up. So from here it's about 60 meters up to there, so we've got 20-25 meters behind playing with, going steeply uphill. Makes for a pretty big shot. Our beginners will be from about here. But yeah, these 2 is guardian pines, and then these next 2 behind, you can see my clearance markers on the trees. Lovely big oak tree there. So yeah, when I was walking through here last time, I had many ideas. I was looking at this being a finished section. The problem was there was just nowhere really to take people on. There was a bit of something over there, but it gets too close to the stream. Path gets into play down here, so that wasn't really, because there were some lovely holes coming through there. Another one sweeping around there. That would have worked, but it brought in other issues. So I think we're ending up going uphill here, and you'll see why when we get to the top. I think that is worth taking people uphill here. Yeah, I was looking at other holes through there. There's so many different options through here. Sometimes it's trying to narrow down the options that causes the problem. So I'm looking at a basket sat in here, not too close to the oak, so probably about here in this lovely natural green, guarded by these 2 trees here with the other 2 pines in front. And it's just working out where the best tee position is. Because you've got all that space between the pines, I'd like to have multiple routes here. Probably some high lines coming in as well, because you've got the space up high. So I'm going to have a good think about where the best position for the tee is, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be the basket. Moving on up, still going quite uphill. We're going to have our next tee for the longs just here. This is going to be quite a short one. We've got other holes to our right that are going to be playing through there, we'll come to in a minute. The main thing with this is little early tunnel, 20 meters or so, and it widens out into this glade for 20 meters or so, with this pine in the middle, or a couple of pines in the middle, an oak tree to the right, and another couple of pines to the left that are framing this lovely green. The idea being you can go left and right of this, and trying to attack up this next tunnel to a basket where it's probably going to be, I don't know, maybe 10-15 back, maybe about where Maggie is there. It's quite interesting topography here. Can't go too much further because there's another hole coming through here, but pushing to about here, so you've got these shots to go either side of that, and you really got to control something up and around, with bayouts left and right. Now our next hole is actually one I had a look at it before, wasn't on my last cut of the course, but they're not able to do hole 9. I was planning, not entirely sure the reason why yet. So this was another backup one I had just in case, because I thought at the time it might be an issue. So we're just going to come over here. Our short tee will be about here. Slight curving pine tunnel shot here once this has gone out of the way. This hasn't been cleared yet. The bracken has died down quite a bit though, which is nice, because they've not actually looked at this, so I've not marked it out. But our longer tee, I mean, potentially, there's so many places we could do it. You could go all the way down there as far as you want, but then it's a bit of an unintuitive walk. Back there, you could turn this into a par 4. There's actually a really nice par 4 where you bring it from here, open this glade out here, and this becomes the landing zone that you're then chipping on up there. There's another route up the back through the pines there, so it makes for a fantastic par 4. It's just the walk from the last hole to there is not the best. So I think what we'll end up to begin with, at any rate, is a 3 position here that there is always the chance to extend into a par 4 position in the future. There's also another way we could play a hole going up in there, but we've got to make some decisions at some point, and I really want to take us up the top here. So this is definitely the basket position. So this will be our 4th. Fairly straightforward, simple hole, this one. This is one of the early ones I found walking around here. And the reason it didn't make the final cut was it was a bit uninspiring in that it was just, well, the line of pines was already there, straight up and down. What you found in there, Max? But, you know, that's not a bad thing. Got this lovely oak here, which opens out into a little green, more oaks there. We've got to go this way rather than out to that side, because that starts to come a little bit into play for the next hole. So somewhere up here will be absolutely fine. So that's our 4th coming up there. There's a little bit of movement in the air. It's not dead straight. And it is a bit uphill, so it's a tricky one, as always. Then we move on to this. So our short tee will walk down that way, and our long will walk up this way, and this is our first par 4 on the course. So it brings us back up to the forest road, which is looped around us. That's where Maggie is there. Yeah, I think our tee is actually going to be up on the forest road. Why not have a bit of visibility? And we are going down through here for about 100 meters before it doglegs off to the left. But I'll show you what I really liked about this hole. So once this opened up a bit, that's going to become 10, in places 50-meter wide fairway. So all this bracken head high again all the way down here. You can see the tracks. I brought a machine through to clear this a bit. See, it was thick. Canopy will be lifted, branches cut back left and right to the line of trees. Unfortunately that holly will probably have to go, and some of the other little ones, but this will all be opened up. The understory left and right is actually really open, which is great. goes down towards another stream. But there you can just see the drop off. Lovely bit of terrain down there, but we couldn't use it unfortunately. So we come down through here again, another one of these overhanging silver birch, but unfortunately that one probably does need to go. And we are now around 70 meters off the tee where those people just walked, and we get to this split where if you fade out early, there's actually a position down there where you'll be able to work something for the next. If you keep on pushing longer and longer, there's a better position down here. So if you can do 110 meter shot through here, again, all of this branches will be taken up. Not the big boughs, so that's going to stay, but the smaller stuff. So we go through beech here, we're going through some oaks. There's a lovely mix of wood and trees here. We are going to have to take out at least some of this holly bush, which is a shame. Are they dead? Those oaks might be dead. Well, that's going to open stuff up. Maybe we don't need to take the holly bush out because these two oaks are dead, and that's actually going to open up a perfect line for me. Huh. They are, aren't they? Well, that's worked out. Hey-ho. So anyway, coming on the inside of this, I thought we were going to have to clear all this out, but with those gone, I might be able to leave them. This is sort of our position A, getting down here and fading off slightly to the left. Is it? Yes, it is, because you're wanting to try and get across this lane. So that other landing zone, the earlier one, would be just behind those trees there, coming in there. And there is this sneaky little backdoor route going down there to where Maggie is, because our basket's going to be down there. So if you've come off on the slightly earlier one, this is not going to... Oh, wow, they are dead. That's brilliant. That was that fallen tree coming down there. You're landing anywhere from here. We're going to take that canopy up a little bit, and there will be ways in there, not easy ways. There's also quite a steep drop off down to the left there. But the main route's going to be coming down this one. Taking up this, giving that oak tree some light there so it can hopefully establish. There's another oak over there, really cool one that again needs a bit more light. We'll have to take out some of the understory through there and open up some gaps, because, well, we might not, we might go around it, I don't know. That might be a later one. And then it's just a sweeping downhill. So this whole hole has been downhill the whole way, and it gets even steeper downhill here as we come down the bank. Into this lovely glade in the mature pines. Mag is about to dive down towards the stream, which is down there. Get out, Mags. Mags! That's a very steep drop off there. Maggie! So we're going to go quite short of it to about here. So yeah, the sneaky little route, backdoor route, will be coming down through here, probably guarded by that. We're looking really for people to keep coming on down here, or maybe have one route through the middle, probably through there. But yeah, I absolutely love this hole. It's got a little bit of everything, loads of elevation change. Yeah, just really like it. I'm going to walk on back up here past this cool looking oak tree. I'm probably getting close to a dying oak tree because it was totally undercover. We've actually opened it up a little bit here, so whether it gets enough light to start living again, that would be nice. Not sure if it will. So where are we up to there? That's our fifth hole, first par 4, and I think a really good one. Quite a steep hill to go up here. So we've just got, oh god, that disintegrated. That's the back of the fairway as it went down. So we're actually probably going to walk people past that oak up here to the next. Looking back over this way are our holes 3 and 4. So we're having those nice little meeting points again on the course. So yeah, if you walk a little bit further there, that's the glade of 4 that people are going through. 3 is just behind there, so you'll see people playing up to the basket there, teeing off through here. Our tee is just going to be here, and again it's another downhill. You can see left and right, that's actually right of that fairway to the extreme. No one's really going to get down there, I don't think. They're going to be much more inside. But you can see the right side of this one, yellow and black tape there is the left side. I'm going to go downhill and meet back up with our path that then takes us over the stream. He's going to charge on ahead and show us the way. So downhill all the way here we are. That one will probably stay. Unfortunately, these two are going to have to go. Are they? Yeah, they probably are. Can't really see how we avoid that. The little holly bushes here are going to have to go as well, but there's plenty of holly through here, so I don't see that being a major issue. I'm through here under the big beech. You've got this kind of wall of trees that we're going to punch through on this downhill slope, and you come into these gorgeous mature pines. Just frame the clearing that you've got here that Mag is in. She's on the path now, so we have to be a bit careful with how far up we put the basket. I'd love to have it there, but that's probably too close. I'm probably going to end up with it about here. So if you hit that wall there, you've got 15-10 metre approach shot through. But yeah, it's gorgeous here. That's the green we're going to be forest bathing in, and that was our 6th hole. No, 7th hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th hole. 7th hole. Maggie, where you gone? Mags? Maggie? Maggie? Gonna have to find my dog and know where she's gone. And she's back. Right, so one of these logistical problems, how do we cross the stream? We've got to take founders around here, so we're finishing that off right as we go down to the next stream, and this pathway takes us down here, and so it just gives us a natural intuitive route to walk to the next hole. Now there's so many different ways you could look at crossing this valley if we were allowed. If only. This stream is gorgeous, but we're not allowed, so forget about that, and on we walk. But yeah, this is following the main walking path, takes us past the stream, and we'll get straight to our tee here, so we hopefully shouldn't lose anyone with a bit of signage. And so our next tee will be playing literally off the side of the path here, going up here. It's a right to left 60 or so metre shot, slightly uphill, fairly steep drop off to the right. That's our long tee. Now short tee will just carry on up the hill a little bit, off up here. So these will actually come down. Since I was last here, it'll be cleared out. Our tee will be back here somewhere. Mags, where are you going? Maggie? Mags? Maggie, come here. So this is our 8th lower canopy taken out. It's actually a really nice row. Going down here, going down there. It's actually going to be a right hand backhand hyzer for the shorts, as opposed to a left hand backhand hyzer for the longs on this hole. Whilst this looks like a path, it's an unofficial one that's going to be closed up for the course. The rangers don't believe it's used. I think it must be used because it looks used, but it's not supposed to be being used. But we will make sure it's signposted well that this is not an area to play in. Good visibility here anyway. So yeah, our basket's going to be somewhere on that ridge there, and our longs are going to come up this section, firing up through here, trying not to skip over to the right, up to a basket there, and on we go. Where you gone now, dog? So we're going to cross another little ditch here and find the old deer fencing, which used to fence this plantation when it was first growing up, but that's now done. Obviously we've got a fallen tree here. That's going to be logged up, taken down, and to go. You've got a nice new plantation there we've cleared out. One over here. Our short tee is going to be playing from here. You can just see down there somewhere is going to be the basket. Now our long tee, the one frustrating bit about this is both our par 4s are ending up to the left. It's just the way the land worked, unfortunately. But you have this fabulous ride going up here. It doesn't really look it, but there is, between these two different plantations of trees, that at this point is a good 15 metres wide. Further up here, this is our pinch point where it goes down to about 6, our narrowest point just here. But you can carry on up here for as far as you want, really. It goes up another 100 and something metres up there, with about that width the whole way down. So it's a case of finding the tees that are reasonable to the level of play that we're looking at. Coming into here, it opens out, but you really want it to be punching another 30 metres down the hill to get to the corner and have a look. So our blue tee's not going to be that far up there, but there's potential for longer goal positions in the future. Maggie! You coming? Max! Here she comes. Almost took me out. Firing down the hill here, big glade. Once this tree's out, there's a couple of other leaners, dead ones here that are all going to be taken out, which is all just going to open this up. So it's way more open than it was when I was here the other day. But it's, you can see my tape all the way around the edges. This is going to be this lovely bending corner here. And the next question then is where we set our ninth basket. So it's a par 4 to finish. Our short tees, we might call it a par 4, but it's really a par 3. Just for the red family, it might be a par 4 depending where we end up here. So you've got these fairly densely packed pines. If you're in there, it's going to be ways out, but it's tricky. You should find your discs. It's not too bad in there. Same over here. The understory is really not that bad. It's been cleared a bit, but it already wasn't bad. And we come all the way down here and it actually opens up. I think we're going to leave this as a blocking bush. So if you come down here on a right hand backhand hyzer, your next shot can't be another hyzer. It's got to have to be turning up and away through here, probably ending up, I mean, this is the question where there's a par 5 position that goes off down through the woods there. There's ways that would play. There's positions up there that would be really nice greens. There's position where Maggie's gone, I quite like in here, but that's quite nasty. We could just go right where I am here, probably a bit too close to the oak actually, so we might have to clear out from the oak, but we'll find a position there. It's going to be taking the canopy up there. Another little oak tree there. I'd quite like to take that hawthorn out and stick it there, but that's a conversation I need to have with them. And there is our 9th hole, and then we follow this trail back, takes us looping all the way back to hole 1.